Hi there, young scientists. Today, we are going to unlock the magic of electrolysis, a powerful process that breaks down a compound using electricity.
In this experiment, we'll use an electrolyte solution and a simple electric circuit to separate the elements of a compound. Watch closely as bubbles of gas appear and learn how positive and negative electrodes play a key role in making the elements split apart. So, get your lab coat ready, and let's discover the amazing science of electrolysis together.
Let's take a look at the important apparatus we need for our electrolysis experiment to break down a compound. Firstly, we need an electrolysis cell or beaker. Secondly, 2 electrodes. Thirdly, low-voltage DC power supply, like a small battery. Fourthly, wires and crocodile clips. Fifthly, electrolyte solution. This can be molten salts or aqueous solutions like sodium chloride, copper sulfate, or a diluted sulfuric acid solution. Some, test tubes to capture what's produced at each electrode. Clamp stand and boss head. Measuring cylinder. And most importantly, a stirring rod on hand to mix the solution. Safety first. Lastly, a thermometer. So, with all this equipment ready, we are set to begin our electrolysis experiment and watch how electricity can break down a compound.
Let's start with step 1, prepare the electrolysis cell. Take a beaker or a U-shaped electrolysis cell. Carefully fill it with the electrolyte solution. To make the electrolyte solution, dilute sulfuric acid for water electrolysis or sodium chloride solution for a salt electrolysis. Now that our cell is ready, we are set to move on to the next step. Now we are on step 2, insert the electrodes. Take the 2 electrodes and insert them in the electrolyte solution. The electrodes are usually made of platinum or carbon rods. Remember, the electrolyte solution is made with sulfuric acid or sodium chloride. It is important to note, always add the sulfuric acid to the water in the beaker and not water to the sulfuric acid. Make sure the electrodes do not touch each other, so they can work properly when the electric current flows. Now we are ready for step 3, connect to the power supply. Take the wires with crocodile clips and attach them to each electrode. Remember, the red wire goes to the positive terminal, and the black wire goes to the negative terminal of the power pack. This will create the electric circuit that allows the current to flow through the electrolyte. Now it's time for step 4, start the electrolysis. Switch on the power supply and watch the magic happen. You'll see bubbles forming at the electrodes. At the cathode, the negative electrode, you'll see hydrogen gas bubbles. At the anode, the positive electrode, oxygen gas bubbles form. It's incredible to see how electricity can break down a compound.
Let's move on to step 5, measure or test the products. To test what these gases are, try the classic tests. For hydrogen, use a burning splint. If it makes a little pop sound, you've got hydrogen. For oxygen, use a glowing splint. If it reignites, that's your oxygen gas.
Great work, scientists. Let's wrap up our experiment. Today, we explored how electricity can break down a compound using electrolysis. We saw gas bubbles forming at the electrodes, learned how to test for oxygen and hydrogen, and measured the volumes of the gases. Remember, safety is always first in the lab. We used our equipment carefully, wore our lab coats, and handled all materials responsibly.
Thank you for joining us on today's exciting experiment at Inkwell Labs. We hope you had fun and learned something new. Remember to always stay curious and keep exploring the wonders of science. Join us again next time for more fun experiments and amazing discoveries. Until then, stay safe and stay curious. Bye for now.